Hello everyone, this is Ross from Retro Dream Beam. I'm an eBay seller full-time. I've been doing this with my fiance Netta for a couple years now. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'm about to go into some eBay reseller Reddit advice. I haven't gone through these, and Netta sent me this. So this first one, it says mature content. I'm hoping this is not an issue, or else I'll have to edit this out. Alright, let's see this right here. Alright, how can I filter out not saved for work, search results, and imagery? Hello everyone, I'm on eBay a lot as of late, usually to look through the listings for an art inspiration or some kind. Recently I've gotten into postcard art and I use eBay to find what I need. However, even though I'm looking for something innocuous, there are several postcards of naked women in risk poses, which is very uncalled for and something that I don't enjoy seeing. Oh yeah, so there was this one time I was looking up this like board game bit and piece or whatever, and I got this it was a recommendation, no joke, like it wasn't even close. It was like a big dildo, and I wish I snapshotted it and sent it to Netta. I was just like, what the heck? I was really like confused at first, but yeah, you see all like the, I don't know, when I'm listing anime stuff and it just, yeah, that pops up. I don't know if you can like not have it come up. Let's see, I've tried filtering terms like nude, naked, model, but the listings don't have anything that denotes them as inappropriate from what I've seen, minus the photo, as well as just changing what I search for. Postcard art, postcard artist, postcard painting, none of these work. Yeah, they kind of make it, probably the artists make probably a lot of money for this type of work. I've heard stories and stuff like that. Is there any way I can stop seeing that kind of stuff? Like, is there a filter like that on Reddit? It would be great use if someone knew one. Thanks for your help. Yeah, I don't think there's anything to do about that, I guess. Like, I don't know, just try the best with your keyword. Oh, right here someone says nope. Yeah, I wasn't aware if you could or couldn't, but yeah, I see stuff like this all the time. That's probably why Netta sent me this, is when I saw the search results for, yeah, big dildo, no joke, for when I was just trying to look up like a board game bit or piece. Next one, what has happened? eBay has become a graveyard for selling and viewings. If I can give some examples, the following items were listed on eBay and Vinted at the same time. I'm not on Vinted. I think Anetta goes on there, and I think that's a UK thing. Snoopy tennis racket, eBay 5 views. Vinted 67 views, 10 watchers. Retro Batman alarm clock, 5 eBay views. 35 Vinted, set of 6 Monet prints, 2 views, 1 watcher on Vinted, 40 views, 15 watchers. Before we go like further, that's just something I just don't care about. Like, the perfect world is you get 1 view and then it sells. So like the number of views doesn't really mean too much. Maybe it means that like you have a nice little catchy little keywords, you might have a catchy picture, but like watchers, also people will watch stuff when they're curious how much something's going to sell for. So there's like some rare board games that I will keep an eye out for. I'll watch them, I'll see what they get bidded up to, so I know how much to like money to save for in the future. But yeah, usually when I'm watching something, it's not like necessarily that I'm going to buy something. I think eBay does let us send out offers to watchers, so that's why we send like big offers out when the eBay allows us. But I don't really keep track of like how many views and how many watchers, because like we have an item in the storage unit. I went through this in a video. I think on another platform it literally has like 700 watchers, no motion on it, literally no offers, no motion, doesn't matter. And most of the items we sell have like 1 to 10 views. Like I said, ideally 1 view, 1 purchase. I don't know, this is just stuff that like people get in their head about, they're thinking too much about. It literally doesn't matter. All right, well, for me, it just matters is when someone buys, you ship the item, they give you feedback and the money goes in your bank account. That's literally all that matters. All right, I can go on, but the difference is staggering. I wonder why this has happened. One other thing that I might think actually be illegal is the fact that eBay are withholding my fees unless I give them my national insurance. I have no idea legally anything about this right there. Bully boy tactics, no wonder they seem to be on their knees. So I don't know, this person's upset that they're having some kind of issue with their fees or something. I can't really comment on that. Let's see what someone says. Well-known fact that since the last major site update, eBay views are off counted. Oh yeah, that's right, there was one, I can't remember what it was, but they're used to like your items to just get a bunch of views, and after the update they're like, oh sorry guys, we're showing you like your real view count or something like that. So that's why I never like paid attention to it. So I knew it was kind of just, like I said, it doesn't matter. I mean, if you care about it, that's fine. We don't. It's literally perfect world, 1 view, 1 buy. Next one, stop using eBay shipping. Oh boy, let me see. I'm going to take a guess that this person had like 1 bad experience, so all of a sudden it's the end of the world. All right, I've noticed in the past several weeks that any seller in the United States who is using eBay international shipping, oh, it's so good. The product is being charged a percentage of product total cost rather than the fee that is actually based on the shipping. I'm not sure, like buying the international stuff, that probably makes sense. You'll pay like fees on actual shipping charges, and it was kind of like a situation where people would sell like items for $1, shipping for $100. Oh, cool, they got to skirt the fee. So unfortunately, it's like a couple bad sour grapes ruined stuff like that for everyone. But yeah, it kind of sucks that you do have to like pay extra fees and stuff. So for example, if I were to buy a laptop for $3,000, shipping would be $400, which is insane. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, shipping's super expensive these days. Yeah, they turned it from a public service, at least for the United States Post Office, into a for-profit business. So yeah, your shipping's been increased since then. All right, this is an immense detriment for overseas buyers who would be normally buying from Americans. This is not reflecting money that will go back to the seller. Yeah, we don't get stuff like this at all. So I'm glad that they're aware of that. This is merely price gouging from eBay itself, who will pocket the money. You are letting eBay kill sales so that they can make some extra bucks. So I will mention something like that, so we can make some extra bucks. Well, the person doesn't have to buy it. They can also like cancel the order. We've had international buyers set an offer, we accept, and then they have to go like, hey, I'm sorry, I have to cancel like the taxes, fees, all that stuff was too much. I'm like, I understand. It's all good. It's okay. We're not gonna like, you can't even leave buyers negative feedback. So it's really no big deal. Like, we understand that happens all the time. And then we also have a lot of people that pay. I do want to mention that we've had multiple situations where once we got to the eBay shipping hub, they shipped it out and then eBay lost it. We got to keep the money, and the buyer also got to get their money back. They'll send us an email of like what happened. So that's actually really good for the buyer as well and the seller. That's why I like it. That's why Netta likes it, is they kind of handle everything. As long as you as the seller send it to the shipping hub, perfectly fine, package it fine, and then they take it over with, I think, like a new tracking and stuff from there. But we have seen customers get their stuff covered, so that's good too, I guess. All right. Considering that the buyer will be paying shipping anyways, just use normal services as FedEx or Nope. No, we've had issues using normal services for any kind of international shipping. I think our rate's like approaching 0% good. I don't want to go into too much details, but yeah, if it was not for like the coverage of the eBay international shipping, we'd be burned over thousands and thousands of dollars. FedEx, UPS, USPS, yeah, no. I guarantee you'll see a huge increase in sales back to where they were. Would I see an increase in sales? Maybe, because the shipping is like, it's slightly cheaper, 10 to 20% in my head. It's like, slightly cheaper, but if we have one item that has an issue, or like now we just lost money on 4 or 5 things. So yeah, nope. Anything that's not eBay international shipping, we like how it works right now. Noah's going to pay 20% shipping on an expensive product. They do. People do pay up. I know a lot of people are hurting for money, but I have no idea how like people's wallets are internationally, but we do have people that they will pay up, they buy a bunch of stuff, they thank us, give us feedback, and then they come back for more stuff. So that's just not true. Another seller might use FedEx or UPS. So the weird thing is there's actually not a lot of sellers that they're either in the camp of eBay international shipping, or they will ship internationally, or they won't. There's not too many that are in between, where it's like they don't use eBay international shipping, but they still like international shipping, but they use like the middle programs, or the not eBay protected one. That I would imagine that's super rare, because you get covered under the eBay international shipping program. FedEx, UPS, USPS, good luck. You're going to fight for that, and who says you never know if you'll win or not. All right. You are killing your storefronts, and you are killing eBay culture just so a megacorp can make huge profits that you won't see. And let's see what someone says. No. Yeah, I guess I try to explain a little bit. No one's going to pay 20% shipping on an expensive product when another seller might be using FedEx or UPS, and shipping would be normal. Want to bet? Yeah, we just have a bunch. Someone said eBay international shipping protects me, the seller, from losses if the item is delayed. It also protects the buyer. They even mention it. Yeah, cool. All right. There you go. The other person didn't even know that it also protects their buyers. We've had emails where they get their money back as well. All right. Buyer not paying custom fees. UPS wants to dispose a product or send back, but then I have to pay. What would you do? I sent an item to Canada via UPS and pirate ship. Oh yeah, see, here's this is probably why I know to send these back to back. This is where you're gonna have to deal with all these issues. If this was eBay international shipping, this is not your problem. You send them to eBay customer service, and then they'll handle it. The buyer got hit with a huge amount of fees and understandably isn't paying it. Now they are asking me to either pay the fees myself. No, I will not pay the fees. Or UPS will dispose of the product. Oh, it's painful, but I guess if that's the service you're using, if that's the rules, that's the rules. You gotta I know, like, I go through terms of service for stuff, like, once in a while. I know that's pretty, like, nerdy, but, like, you have to, like, I play a lot of board games, and you have to, like, I know this is, like, a weird comparison, but you got to know all the rules, because you got to know what you're getting into. I understand that going through, like, hundreds of pages of legalese is painful, and it's also designed and written, so you probably have to, like, figure out what it is, and you have to do your best. That's by design, on purpose. All right, I got an email from Pirate Ship with the UPS email attached. I asked them for just return it to me, but I won't have to pay customs to get it back. Buyer is not contacting me yet, of course. If you PS dispose of the item, I am liable to send a refund back to the buyer, and I'm out of over $100. I was advised to ship UPS, but now I'm regretting it. Yeah, I mean, you just have to, like I said, you have to understand what you're getting into with these things. All right, ETA, fixed buyer/seller mix-up for the perfectionist and eliminated tariffs blame. I'm not sure what they're talking about there. Oh, this is why I always use eBay's international shipping program. I feel like I'm just, like, drilling at this point for all buyers overseas, so they get a lot of protections. Once the package has been received by eBay's international forwarding hub, your liabilities are removed. This has actually happened. We're not, so this person's not just saying it. For us, this has actually gone into effect. Like, they have taken over customer service, they have backed us as sellers, and they have backed our buyers as well. All right, eBay sellers, no offense, but why are the sellers out there only using one picture for their product? This this happens all the time. I try to use, like, 24. That's the max. I would use more if I could. Some items, it's not, like, a big deal. For example, it's a trading card. A lot of people do front and back. Maybe they scan it in or something. I actually do, it's 10 pictures for card, front, back, because I know players can be really picky about the corners. So I'll do front, back, 4 of the corners up front, and sometimes cards are, like, a little bit thicker so they can have damage, on one corner versus the other. So I'll flip it over, and then I'll do the other 8 corners. Unnecessary. I don't know. I do ask up for my stuff. I do have, like, stuff, like, I'm not always trying to sell the cheapest or whatever, but I do think I sell stuff versus people with cheaper with one picture, because there was this one time I was looking and I had to show an edit. It looked like someone put, like, a piece of meat in, like, a freezer, and they took a picture from, like, high up, and it was one picture, and I think it was, like, a bag of miniatures or something, and then they had, like, a cheap price, like, I don't know, like $8, $9, $10, but it literally looked like it could be a piece of meat in the freezer. So Ned and I, that's, like, our particular example we joke about. We were laughing at it. I took, like, 8 or 10 pictures. I asked for, I think, about $30, got $25 for the item, even though someone else had it for $9, because I had, I had the front, I had the back, I had all the sides, I had the close-up of the miniatures all over the bag, so you can see all of this stuff. So yeah, I like to take as many pictures as possible. Not being picky, but I'm shopping for a server, and this seller only has one picture only, no angle shots or its innards. Yeah, you have to... I think about this in, like, an interesting way. It's I know a lot of... I think about telling a story with the item and not trying to convince someone to buy it, but I try to, like, I imagine someone picking up the physical item and what would they do with it. So if it's a bag of miniatures, let's say you're spending, a good amount of money, $20, $25. Normally, you're going to look at it. You're going to go, okay, cool. You want to see the front. Everyone sees the front. You want to see the back. If you're a miniature player, you want to look for where the little millimeters are. It will tell you, like, what size the miniature, so you want to show them, like, that part of the package. Maybe you want to zoom into the miniatures, because usually, packages have, like, reflection when you're, like, in person or even on the pictures, so you have to, like, move it around, and you're like, oh, okay, that's infantry with a grenade, or that's a fantasy RPG elf with a bow. I want them in this position versus this position. So, like, I tried to, like I said, tell a story of how I think someone would physically pick up the item and then how they would view it. So that's how I think about pictures, and definitely want to show as many things that are issues as possible. Like if they're, like I said, like a little dent in the corner of a card, or like a little rip in a page, or like a highlighting in a board game rule book, which we get sometimes. Even if it's neat highlighting, I like to have, like, a close-up of it, or the whole sheet, like, hey, just so you, and then I'll put in the description, like, just so you know, or I wouldn't even say just so you know, I'll put, there is some neat highlighting on the pages, see pictures please. So yeah, stuff like that. So yeah, this is why also I price some of my stuff more than other people, especially when they have, like, 1 picture, 2 picture, and or they're bad pictures, because then I can ask for more, because someone's going to not want to look at the picture where it looks like it's a piece of meat in a freezer. They're going to want to actually see the front to the back, the miniature size, the millimeters, and stuff like that. Even if it is the same product, people have on both ends, as a buyer and seller, everyone's had negative experiences with one thing or another. Pictures is definitely an issue on both ends. There are times where I'll like forget to take an angle of a picture, and then there ends up being an issue, and I go, man, if only I just like took a picture of that angle. So yeah, this is definitely a thing. I think these people, you could still do one picture and sell stuff. I know some people that sell a ton of stuff and they do one picture, and I'm always like, okay, I guess it's selling. You got some good stuff. Sometimes it doesn't matter. But yeah, I think for me personally, better safe than sorry. All right, last one, a positive story for a change. All right, change. May 22nd, 2025. Dear Chris, thank you so much for the first USB 4th edition Greek New Testament you provided for. Thanks to you, I now have all 5 editions from the first in 1966 to the present. Oh, that's so sweet. Man, this feels good. All right, this is not even mine. This must feel, but I felt the price was less than it was worth, so I'm sending you some extra. All right. Oh, they almost have my name. It's Russ, not Ross. Thanks, Russ, right there. $25. Oh, that's interesting. I sold this Bible a week or two ago for $12. Not a great profit, but a quick sale on something I got for free. Today I received this letter. This is super nice. I have something to show you guys real quick. But yeah, this also reminds me, there was one time I got a bunch of like vintage, they were like birthday cards. And in the 10-year-old person's birthday cards, they were just like vintage ones. I opened it up and there's still their $10 bill that their parents probably gave them from when they were 10. So I was like, oh, cool. I found $10 in a card. Anetta found $20 in a Goodwill piggy bank that she found. She didn't like dig into the piggy bank, but when she brought it home, she was selling some. There was a era where piggy banks were popular. I think people were saving money during 2020, 2021. I think they're still pretty popular if you can get like good designs for piggy banks. They are kind of a sought after thing, like I said, but that's a whole nother story. But then when she ended up taking pictures, she, pop off the bottom part, the rubber stopper. There was a $20 bill in there, which is nice. But this one, I actually think I have it. 1 second. I have to be careful here. This right here, let me hide everything. Can I hide everything? All right. We got this right here. This is a really nice envelope right here. It says Retro Dream Beam. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, inside was this super, super nice letter. This only happened to us one time. Let me make sure that there's nothing too crazy in here. Super nice thing. All right. Right there, handwritten note. This literally made me cry when we got it. It was super nice. I can't even remember the item. It said, Dear Retro Dream Beam. We got it like months after we sent this item. Thanks for selling me Learn to Play Go Volume 1 and 2. Oh, those were some, I got a bunch of chess and Go books. Go's super popular. Chess is super popular, but my Go books were selling way more than chess ones. It was like $8 for these 2 things, and then we got this letter. I really appreciated how thoroughly you photographed the items. There you go. The fact that the condition was accurately described, how promptly you shipped, and how well you packaged everything. Getting to buy things from sellers like you is what makes eBay great. Thought to be honest, I'm not sure many sellers are in your league. You are, in my opinion, very clearly one of the best. I hope many of my future transactions are also with you. Your newest fan. I think this is Elika. There you go. When we got this letter, I ended up reaching the buyer, telling them it was like the nicest thing someone sent us and that we appreciate them, and they never got back to us. So I'm not sure why. I don't know. I think we only ended up selling them those 2 Go books, but yeah, this feels good. There was no money, but it doesn't matter. Like you got to think about like you are like completing people's collections. You are generally probably bringing them joy, unless if they're buying something that they need versus something that they want. There are a lot of things that get thrown out. So like, when someone finds like this person the perfect Bible for their collection, they've been waiting for a long time, and they feel like they got a good deal, that makes people happy. We get to make a living. I get to feed Anetta. I get to feed myself. I get to feed the cats. It's a good feeling. So yeah, I'm glad Anetta sent me this one. All right, that's everything. Whew, got me a little touched up. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Have a good one.